Barn owls make hissing sounds. The eastern screech owl whinnies like a horse, and saw-whet owls sound like an old whetstone sharpening a saw. From
Try to make that
audubon.org.
sound, Kellan. Beautiful. Hello and welcome to TCAT. We've got owls and bears, oh my. Or bowels and airs, oh my. Owl bears coming at you. Kellan, I love things that fuse together. I was thinking about the owl bears from Dungeons and Dragons when I watched this episode. Do you like things that are fused together?
Depends on what the things are.
Okay, go on. Do you,
I don't know.
like Goku and Vegeta when they fuse together and make Gogeta?
I wouldn't know.
No?
You've
No?
caught me off guard. I have no idea.
What about when peanut butter and jelly fuses together?
That's a good one. But
Or
they don't really fuse.
Peanut
they just
butter and
mix.
eggs.
Yeah, have you done that? Have you tried that?
No, I haven't tried it yet. Is fusing
God damn it,
different?
Graham.
Is fusing different than mixing?
I would say so.
Or is mixing a form of fusing?
Fusing is like mixing the molecular structure, the DNA, the genetics, you know?
Okay. So
Mixing is just putting things in a pot.
So when the 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons cards fuse to make the 3-headed Blue Eyes White Dragon, that's fusing. But
Yeah.
peanut butter and jelly is just peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to
essentially.
the podcast. So this is To Kill A Delibird. This is actually a Pokemon podcast. I'm Graham, the one who
crazy.
doesn't know much about Pokemon, so I am following along this journey with Kellan, the Pokemaniac. Kellan, what's up?
I'm really tired, and I forgot.
You
I
say
just
that
realized
every
I
week.
forgot to open my notes. I'm gonna go open those. Okay, but I've had 2 weeks of having to wake up at 5 a.m. a couple times, and that's been hell.
That's quite
So.
brutal.
Yep.
Even for someone who wakes up like relatively early, I still think 5 a.m. is bad.
Yeah, it sucks. It's the worst. And I hated it, but I'm done with it now. June was an abnormally busy month for me. Thankfully, June is coming to an end.
Yeah, it's good to have some action though.
Yeah. Money, money, money.
That's good.
So that's like all I've been doing is just being tired. So I have no like updates or anything about anything.
Oh, and I'm knees deep in Star Trek. We're in an original series Star Trek. It's actually pretty good. It's definitely got some cool points. Spock says that's illogical a lot. Like there was one part where the episode basically ends with him like looking at the camera and saying something about logic, and then the whole rest of the cast like laughs at him. It was like a sitcom. Oh, Spock.
Well, we should let people know what we're doing today. Today we're looking at episode 156, Fowl Play, and episode 157, Forest Grumps. I don't have the Japanese names in front of me, but they're probably okay. The first one was funny, I think. Something about a differently colored, whatever Noctowl's Japanese name is.
A differently colored Yoru no Zuko. Zuku.
God, that's
Catch
a
it.
complicated name.
Yoru no Zuku? Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's a little tough. That's a mouthful. The Forest Grumps in Japanese is titled Renguma Shock. 2 exclamation.
If we don't really have anything other random crap to talk about, that's fine, because we have a bit of a lengthy bit today, I think.
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's get into that.
Okay. So I took charge of the bit this week. So you're in for something a little crazy, a little different.
And now
people.
for something a little bit different.
Yes, okay. This will be a visual game, another visual game that I put together. So if you're only listening to the audio, you'll want to go check out the video version on YouTube at Hydroleech, or if your podcast platform of choice supports video, then check it out there. I know Spotify does for sure.
Alternatively, you could skip ahead about 20 minutes
That too.
but please then go rewatch on the
Yes.
YouTube. That would help us out at youtube.com/hydroleech.
Now, this all stems from this week. We're looking at the first episode, Foul Play, where we encounter our first shiny Pokemon. And so,
Canonically shiny? Is that actually
canonically shiny? Yes.
Oh.
And so, for full context here, Graham doesn't know shit about Pokemon, for everybody that doesn't know. And one of those things he doesn't know shit about is shiny Pokemon. In fact, I don't think he really knew about shiny Pokemon until fairly recently, or exactly what they were.
Yeah,
Is that
no,
correct?
I'd heard the term. Honestly, shiny Pokemon are like my big boomerism because they're the thing that I really struggle to get. I'm like, what's with these kids with their pants hanging down by their knees? You know, that's what I sound like when I'm talking about shiny Pokemon. It's like, I don't understand it still. Like, I don't get why people shiny hunt. I don't follow.
Don't worry, I'll yell at you about it when we get to the actual episode of the podcast today.
Okay.
But I thought, since Graham doesn't know anything about shiny Pokemon, he probably doesn't really know many of their colorations. And if you don't know, a shiny Pokemon is a Pokemon that is a different color from its normal variant. In Gens 2 through 5, the odds of encountering one were 1 in 8,192. So
Ooh.
they were very rare back then. The odds got cut in half in Gen 6, and then from there they always introduced like new methods of being able to find them easier, and so they've gotten a lot less rare over time.
When you say cut
Um,
in half, you meant doubled? Like the denominator
yes,
got cut in
yes,
half.
1 in 4,096
Yeah, thank you.
is the base odds these days. But since Graham doesn't know shit about fuck, I thought it'd be funny to make him do a game where he has to pick out which Pokemon is the shiny Pokemon.
Okay. Maybe that'll give us a sense of like which ones are intuitive and which aren't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've got 20 questions here. Graham, I will show you 2 photos of the same Pokemon. One is
Mhm.
shiny, one is the normal color variant. And you have to
Okay.
tell me which is the shiny. Great. 20
Ooh,
questions. We'll see how well you do.
this sounds fun. Let's do
Now,
it.
to avoid any possible situation in which you try to logic your way of, he wouldn't put the correct answer 4 in a row in the same spot, I have organized each answer alphabetically by the prominently different color of the Pokemon, if
Huh?
that makes sense.
Can you
So
explain that again?
if the regular Pokemon is green
Mhm.
typically, and that green has been changed to blue for the shiny, the blue will be on top, the green will be on bottom. They are sorted alphabetically by the different color.
Okay, right. So there's a rule, and you're saying that that takes away the psychology of you trying to
Exactly.
trick me. Okay.
Yes. And I did not pick Pokemon based on the color alphabetically stuff. Shit like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So, are you ready to play the ultimate noob quiz of shiny Pokemon deduction?
The ultimate noob quiz of shiny
Shiny
Pokemon
Pokemon
deduction.
deduction.
Hell
Are
yeah.
you ready? All right.
Yep.
Let's jump in to question 1. We're going to start with a softball to make sure everybody knows what we're talking about. We're on the same page.
Mhm.
Here is Charizard. Here's your first one. Here is your second one. Which is the shiny?
The orange one, Kellan.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It's the black shiny.
I knew that.
Sure you did. You're not getting a point for that though, then.
What? Why not?
Because you said it was
But you
the orange one.
appreciate humor.
Yeah, but you didn't get it right. So, we're moving on.
Okay.
All right.
So that's what
Question
we're working with
number
here,
2.
folks.
This is
Okay.
Ghastly.
Ghastly.
Is
Okay.
this the shiny or is this the shiny?
Now, which game did you take these sprites from?
These
can I ask?
are the models from Pokemon Home,
And what is Pokemon Home again?
the cloud storage system.
And it's like modern. Is it like on the
Yes.
Switch? Okay.
Yes, it's on the Switch.
So the shiny one, I believe, is on the top.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That's correct. Well done. You get a point.
Yeah.
Congratulations. All right. Question number 3. Here's Seal. Is this the
Okay.
shiny or is this the shiny?
Oh my god, they're so similar. It's like cream versus eggshell.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Okay, so you are starting me kind of easy because these are Pokemon that I know. At
Yes.
least, right? Right. So
Yes.
these are sort of the softball ones.
I've decided to
I-
start you with a few softballs.
I believe the cream one, so on the top, is the shiny, Kellan. Final
That is
answer.
correct. Well done.
Yeah.
2 in a row. 2 in a row. All right. Question number 4. Here's Blossom. Is this the shiny or is this the shiny? Now you should know Blossom. We saw
I know
it recently.
Blossom. We saw him dance. They could do flips. Remember they like break danced at that fair or Pokemon trade
Mhm.
show or whatever it was. So I am pretty sure that the top one is the shiny. Wait, one question, Kellan, actually, before
Yes.
I lock that in. You're not like regionally variant tricking me, are you?
No. If there's
Okay.
something, I don't think there's anything
Or at
like
least
that.
that's
But if
not the
there is,
intention. Okay.
I will
okay.
tell you. Yeah.
Okay. I think the top is the shiny one, Kellan.
Final answer.
Final answer.
It is the shiny one. Congratulations.
I'm doing not bad, folks.
You're not doing terribly.
I'm smart.
Except for that first one. All right. Here's your question number 5. This is Skarmory. We saw it last week. You should be able to figure this one out. Is that the shiny or is that the shiny?
All right, so Skarmory. Yes, I remember him. Ducking a weaving, flying, steel wing, lights up. Yeah, I think this one's pretty easy too, Kellan. The shiny is on the bottom.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer, Regis.
That's correct. Well done.
Hell yeah.
That is 4 points for you. Let's move on to question number 6. Now, you should be able to get this one. You better be able to get this one because it is the subject of the first episode today. Is this the Noctowl shiny or is this Noctowl shiny.
Oh, it is canonical. That's literally what we see in the episode. That's so neat. Okay, so audio listeners, I'm looking at a brown one and I'm looking at like a gold one. Okay, so the brown one is the real Noctowl, or the vanilla Noctowl, and the shiny's on the bottom. Final answer.
That's correct. Well done. You remembered
Hell
from
yeah.
the episode. All right, question number 7. This one is my favorite Pokemon, so you better be able to figure this one out. This is Breloom.
Right.
Is this the shiny, or is this the shiny?
Folks, check out his TikTok. He has one of these on his shoulder. And I can think of your shoulder. Hopefully your plushie isn't shiny, because on your shoulder, the Breloom is green. So the bottom one here, the red Breloom, is the shiny. Final answer.
That's correct. Well
Hell
done.
yeah.
You deduced it correctly.
Oh.
All right. Question number 8.
I'm a regular Herlock Sholmes.
But you should be able to logically deduce this one.
Okay.
Even though you may not know it.
Okay, I'll be Mr.
For a fact.
Spock. Logic.
This is
Reason.
Litten. Is
Okay.
this Litten shiny, or is this Litten shiny?
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean by deduce it. So I'm not that familiar with this thing, but I think it might be related to Incineroar. Am I on the right track or am I way off?
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Okay, well, I think the shiny's on the bottom, because that would make more sense. I can see the top one like evolving into something that would look like that. So, yeah, bottom one, shiny, final answer.
Correct! And you're right. Yes, it does evolve.
Is that
into...
Incineroar?
It is Incineroar's first stage.
Ah, yeah, see, that's what I was thinking.
Question number 9.
Oh, and for those who are like, but he doesn't know Pokemon, Incineroar's from Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Question number 9. Here's one of my favorite shinies. I don't know if you'll know it. Gigalith, is this the shiny, or is this the shiny?
Oh, God. Okay, so this one's tough, but I did recently get to see this one because friend of the show, Nolan, was playing Black and White, and he posted that he was using this thing, and I was like, I just played Black and White, and I don't remember seeing one of these things the whole time. If I just look at it, though, for me, the top one, which is like a radiant blue, looks more like shiny energy because like its eyes look so ethereal. So I'm going to go, then this is a bit of a guess, but I'm going to go top is shiny. Final answer.
That's correct.
Hell
Well done.
yeah.
The blue one
I'm
is
fantastic
shiny.
at this, Kellan.
All right,
You got
question
nothing
10.
on me.
We'll see if that continues. Here's one of the weirdest shinies. This is Drudagon. Is this blue and red one the shiny, or this green and yellowish orange one the shiny?
So these are weird looking things. On one hand, the bottom one would make more sense. The green looking one would make more sense to be the default if it was a grass. But I think this thing might just be dragon. So I'm going to say the bottom one is shiny. The green and yellow one is shiny. Final answer.
Correct. Well done.
Oh my God, I'm incredible.
Wow.
Kellan, come at me. Kellan, bro. This is
No.
the best quiz I've ever done on the show.
Yeah, well, the other ones have been fucking impossible. I made them that way on purpose. And now here's another one you should be able to deduce. This is Greninja. Is this the shiny, or is this the shiny? Black or blue?
Again, my Greninja from Smash Brothers, right? That's where he's from.
Yep.
And then he made a guest appearance in Pokemon. So there, I'm looking at one that looks like Greninja, and then one that looks like the photo negative Greninja. So the top one, the photo negative, is the shiny, Kellan.
The black one is the shiny?
The black one, yeah.
That is correct.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's see if you can get question number 12. Now, this is one, I don't know. You'll just have to logic this one out completely. This is a Gen 8 Pokemon, Grapploct. Is this the shiny, or is this the shiny? Blue or red?
Okay, this is a genuinely tough one. I do not know this creature. He looks like a fighting octopus. Oh my goodness.
That is literally what it is. It's a fighting type octopus.
This is really tough. Oh, that's cool. Is he fighting water?
No, weirdly.
Oh.
There might be a reason for that, but I don't know it yet. I need to research it.
This is a bit of a swing, but I think the top one is the shiny. Blue is the shiny.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Wrong.
Oh my God. I going wrong. Okay.
No.
So
it's
what's
an
the logic?
octopus. It's going to be blue because it's an octopus. It lives in water. Come on.
Octopus aren't blue.
Well, yeah, but water's blue and that's where they live. So,
okay.
Obviously.
Okay.
Jeez.
Well, houses can be. Never mind. And let's move on.
Christ, can't believe you couldn't figure that one out. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Here's question 13. Here's a Pokemon, a newer Pokemon that I know you like because you reference it, or you reference its evolution quite a bit. This is Applin. Is this the shiny? Is it a green apple or is it a red apple?
I referenced the apple pie one. Is this related?
This is the pre-evolution.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's why.
I've shown you this Pokemon
There's
before. When
also
I
I know
played
you
Sword
have
and
because
Shield the
there's
first time.
there's also one that isn't he like a dragonfly in an apple?
Yes, it has. In Sword and Shield, it had 2 different evolutions. Now it has 3.
And one of them's an apple pie. Like you can bake.
One of them's
this
an apple
thing.
pie. One of them is like that flappy dragon guy, and one of them is a candied apple that evolves further into a candied apple that has I think 5 dragons in it called Hydrapple. It's pretty
Very bizarre connotations
Yeah.
there. Very philosophical creature. Okay, so you're basically asking me, is this
Is it a Granny Smith
red
or a Red
delicious
Delicious?
or a Granny Smith? Oh my god, I read your mind. I think they would go the red, a classic red apple. So I'm gonna say the Granny Smith. The top one is the shiny.
Correct. Well done.
Oh, deduction.
Back on the streak.
Deduction
All right.
station. What's your junction? Let's go.
Question 14. You may not know this Pokemon, but you may be able to figure it out from previous knowledge. This is Rhyperior. Is this the shiny orange, or is the yellow one the shiny?
This thing looks like it was bought by Team Rocket to try to steal a Pikachu.
Yeah, they actually ride one of these this week. It's crazy.
Oh my god. Okay, so this thing looks like we have Rhydon at home, except that
Yep.
it like walks and it's got, I don't know, some kind of commando gear on it. Now the top one has red commando gear, the bottom one has yellow. Or no, the top one has orange commando gear, sorry. Bottom one is
Mhm.
yellow. Given that the yellow one has this kind of lighter shade of the non-yellow parts, I think that one is the shiny. It looks a little bit heightened. It looks like it's gone through some I don't know, post processing in Photoshop. So I'm gonna go with the bottom. I'm gonna go with the yellow one. Kellan, final answer.
That's correct. Well done.
Oh my god, look at this! Look at this
Yes.
reasoning.
And if you didn't know that, this evolves from Rhydon.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, Gen 4.
Oh, it's like a third evolution.
Yep. They introduced a shitload of new evolutions in Gen 4, and this is one of them.
Oh, I had no idea.
All right. Question 15. Now, I put this one in here because I know you used it in your recent playthrough of Pokemon Black.
Okay.
So, this is
I think
Stoutland.
I would know this. Oh
Is
yeah,
this the
yeah,
shiny,
the glorious,
or is this
Stoutland.
the shiny?
This is an interesting shiny because it's relatively subtle, isn't it?
Yep.
So one of them has a glorious, I don't know, strawberry blonde mustache, and the other one has like a straw
more
blonde
gold.
mustache, a gold blonde.
One's
yeah.
like cream beige, one's like more gold.
Yeah. So I think the top one is the original Stoutland. So I'm gonna go with the bottom one being the shiny. Final answer.
That's correct.
Oh my god, I'm doing really
Congratulations.
well. This
You're
is
at
the best.
13
This is
of
the best
15.
quiz I've ever done in my whole life.
Crazy. All right. Now we're getting into some ridiculous ones. That you're gonna
Okay,
have-
looking
you may have to
forward.
do some guessing. Question 16. It's time to meet Blaziken. Is this the shiny, this nice red, yellow, white one? Or is this the shiny, this deeper red, yellow, white one?
Holy fuck, they look so similar. The top one, folks, it has like a creamy sort of part, and the bottom one has a white sort of part, but other than that, they look almost identical.
One is
So-
like more saturated than the other, essentially.
So Blaziken, I do kind of know. It's
Mhm.
from Ruby, right?
Yep.
Ruby Sapphire.
Yes.
I remember him because I played Pokken. I'm pretty sure he's in Pokken
Mm,
tournament.
Yes.
I like fighting games. Sue me. I'm
Really?
a millennial. I like fighting
I had
games.
no idea.
I think the one with the white, I don't even know what that's called. The white feathers is the original. So I'm gonna go with the top being the shiny.
Going with
Uh,
A.
Gonna go
As
with
the
A.
shiny?
Yes. Locking it in. Final answer, Regis.
Wrong.
Oh shit! I got another one wrong. This is
Tisk,
crazy,
tisk.
Kellan.
Oh man, you're falling apart here.
That one, is that like considered a strange shiny? Just because like you're like what?
Possibly. Some of the shinies do look different, like in game compared to the
Oh
home
yeah,
models.
yeah. Because like these aren't the original sprites. Yeah.
Yeah, but some of them like this, I actually think do work. They're more saturated, essentially, is what they look like, and so
Mhm.
it can work. It doesn't always work. Ones that don't always work come from question 17. This is Garchomp. Is this the shiny, or is this the shiny?
Okay, so I'm looking at an angry dragon
It's a land shark.
shark boat thing. What does he have? Torpedoes on
Plane.
his head? He's a
He's-
plane.
I think he's like a plane. He's a land shark. Gen 4 pseudo legendary. Bottom one is more purple. Top one is a little less saturated purple.
Yeah.
like they turned
kind
the
of like a
contrast down.
gray blue almost.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I could be way off, but I think the top looks a bit more organic. You had this whole like, it's blue. They're in the water. So I think purple might be the shiny. So I'm gonna go with bottom being the shiny. Final answer, Kellan. Oh my
Wrong.
god, it's purple. Really? Wow.
Yep. That's Garchomp.
I didn't
Great
know they would
Pokemon.
have the
Super
guts
cool.
to make a purple Pokemon.
There are many purple Pokemon.
Name them all right now.
Nidorino.
You don't need to do that.
Nidorino's one. He's purplish.
Isn't
More like
Nidorino pink?
magenta. I
Yeah.
don't fucking know.
Okay, good enough.
I don't
We're
know.
not
There's many
color
purple
experts.
No,
Yeah.
God,
Okay,
no.
give me the next question.
Hell, we might be colorblind for all we know.
That'd be
All right.
hilarious if I was
Wouldn't
playing
that be
this
great?
quiz the whole time and I'm colorblind. Now, as far as I know, I'm not colorblind. So let's play, Kellan.
All right, question 18. We haven't seen it yet in the anime. Hopefully, it should be coming up soon. This is Elekid. Is this the shiny, or is this the shiny?
Oh, God. So this is actually known to me as the thing that Tracy Sketchit sketched,
Yep.
but did not know that he sketched it. Before
One is
his
yellow, one is
timely
pale
demise.
by Pidgeot.
Yeah. Yeah, one's pale yellow, one is bright yellow. I think the pale yellow looks chill. So I'm gonna go with the bottom being the shiny. Bottom's the shiny. Final answer. Yeah.
Wrong.
Holy crap, I'm getting all these wrong now. I went from getting them all right to all of them wrong. It's almost like you increased the difficulty as we went on.
What? That's crazy.
That's
How dare
crazy.
Here's question 19. Another Gen 8 Pokemon. I don't think you've ever seen this one. I doubt. Actually, no. You just played new Pokemon Snap, right?
Yeah.
It's in there a little bit. Here's Silicobra. Is this the shiny, or is this the shiny?
Because I think this thing was in the desert level.
There's
don't
almost no difference.
remember it really, though. So,
It was in the desert one, yeah.
well, given that it would be in a desert, the top one, its coloring looks slightly more like sand, where the
Mhm.
bottom one looks slightly more like mud. And I'm going to say there's more sand than mud in the desert. The top one, I think, is the default. I think the bottom one is the shiny, Kellan.
Oh my god, he's done it.
I did it with
He
deduction.
got it correct. Wow, he figured it out.
And to believe that you played new Pokemon Snap was my clue. If you hadn't said that, I might not have got it. Isn't that crazy? Shoot, gosh darn.
Dang. Oh, man. All right. You're at 15 points. There's one question left.
Okay. What do I get if I get all 16?
Uh,
All 16 out of 20.
I'll do another bit in the next month, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Sick, you're on. Okay. For this next one,
Those are the
all the
stakes.
marbles. Yeah.
All the marbles
All marbles come down to this
for
one.
one of my favorite new Pokemon of Gen 9, but also one of the worst shinies ever. This is Mousehold. Is this the shiny, or is this the shiny?
Holy fuck. Okay, I got
Do
questions.
you even
on
see
this
a
one.
difference?
Slightly. I almost have to squint. It's kind of like
Yep.
one of those things they
Yep.
used to put on the back of cereal boxes where they're like,
Mhm.
if you hold your eyes,
Yep.
Yoda appears. And it's like, oh, I don't see him.
Flip your phone upside down.
Yeah. Am I looking at 4 Pokemon or 1 Pokemon?
This is one Pokemon consisting of 4 mice.
So it's like a family.
Tandemouse is the pre-evolution. It's just the 2 mice in the center, the older mice.
Mhm.
And then they evolve into Mousehold, which they can either get 1 or 2 babies. So there's a family of 3 and a family of 4.
And it's a
variant.
pun on household. Okay.
Yes. And there's no like difference between 3 and 4. It's just purely aesthetic. But the fun thing is that unless there's like some weird requirement, they don't evolve on screen. Tandemouse just becomes Mousehold in your party. So it's kind of implied that the 2 babies just kind of showed up.
Well, I mean, otherwise the evolution would take like however long the
9 months,
gestation
yeah.
period. Well, they're mice, Kellan. I don't know how long off the top
Don't-
of my head the gestation period of a mouse is, though. Let's Google. 20 days. About 20 days.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice and fast. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, the question stands, and like none of that has anything to do with the fact that which one of these is the shiny.
Okay, so I have noticed now from stalling and looking at this that the one on the top, one of the mice is wearing a shirt and one of the mice has pants. And
Yes,
they're beige. And then
that
on
is
the
the
bottom,
only difference.
they're like a very light blue, a very pale
Yeah.
blue. So
Both
would
of them
they
blend in
give
very
them
well.
blue gloves? And what game was this from again?
Scarlet and Violet.
Scarvy. Oh my god! In
Such a
that
silly
case,
Pokemon, and
in
I
that
love it.
case, I think trying to think about the palette. Oh, this is such a coin flip. Okay. I guess they would wear beige. Mice would prefer beige. They would pick out beige. A beige
Everybody
at the
knows
Gap.
Mice like khakis.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
The mice would pick out khakis. They would go into work wearing their khakis. They'd be like, hey, Ed, crazy weather we're having. We're wearing their khakis. So the bottom, the baby blue one, is the shiny. This is for the bit. Let's go. Kellan.
Bottom is
the
shiny. Final answer?
Final answer.
No, it's the top one.
Jesus Christ. I'm praying. You got me praying, mousehole. God damn it.
Get fucked.
Oh my God.
So a
Okay.
total of 15 out of 20 possible points. Congratulations.
75%. What was
Not terrible.
passing?
I don't fucking know. I didn't think about that.
I passed in my heart.
Yeah, well,
Is this about
You
what
also
you
failed.
expected me to do?
in my heart. Yeah, actually,
Okay.
kind of.
okay.
I thought you'd be able to figure out some of the ones you don't necessarily know, but
Which
then
I
you get to
did.
the last 5 where they're like just not different at all. And
I mean,
you
that
would
was
get fucked.
interesting. I hope for those of you following along at home, you found that interesting too. If anybody was playing, roughly how
Mhm.
many did you get? Shout us out in the comments. That sounds like a fun activity.
All right, well that does it for that. If you want to see more of Graham trying to deduce shiny Pokemon, let us know, and maybe we'll do more like that. And
Yeah, or
make-
more
just make
stuff like
videos.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel free, especially on some of these bits that we've done, if there's things that you liked and you want to see come back again, give us a shout, because we're always
Yeah.
thinking about what's next, and yeah, it'd be great to have some feedback.
Yeah. All right, that's enough of that. Let's move on to
Yeah, I want to talk about
the
these
episodes.
episodes. This owl bear of an episode.
That is definitely something that people say. Yeah.
An owl bear is a creature
bear,
from
yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons, Kellan.
Owl bear down for midterms, am I right?
Owl bear down for midterms, is that what you said?
Yep.
Discord
Bear down.
jumped on me.
Community.
I get it. It's good.
All right.
It's good.
Let's jump into episode 156, Fowl Play. So, folks, we're in a forest. That's crazy, right?
Yes, the narrator said we're in a thick, dark forest, and I wrote down, I like my forests like I like my men, am I right?
Alive.
And not about to murder me, right?
Yeah. So we're headed to Goldenrod. But Pikachu sees something over in that tree. Aw, cute Pikachu. It's a birdhouse. Little birdhouse. What kind of Pokemon could possibly live there? Brock's like, well, it seems too big for a small Pidgeotto, but too small for a big Pidgey. However, the opposite could be true.
I really like
Okay.
that sentence. That's actually a sweet sentence for me, because he was like, I am going to subvert expectations, and the expectations are intelligence, and I am going to take the logical answers and reroute them into insanity. Brock should write children's books.
Sure.
This was some
anyone can
Dr.
write a
Seuss
children's
shit.
book.
Oh, you're on, Kellan. Do you want to? Fuck, do you want
T-Cat
to
writes
hear?
a children's
let's
book.
do a children book off where we both try to maybe we get a topic. It'll be like, oh, the topic is like how the sun is afraid of the moon, and then we have to both write like a story about the sun being afraid of the moon.
Shout us out in the comments. Give us your children book topics, and maybe we'll do a children book off someday.
Yes,
Maybe that'll
would
be like a
great.
special stream.
A special stream.
Anyway, so as they're talking, we see a Noctowl perching, and it's just a regular Noctowl. We hear from the decks it's a nocturnal Pokemon, so it usually sleeps during the day. It's up at night, but it's the middle of the afternoon here. Oh, but the forest is dark, so maybe it thinks it's nighttime.
Yeah, that's Misty's reasoning. I
Crazy.
guess that checks
I think
out.
I think they should have just set this one at night. This whole episode, like they don't do that. So
they could have
why
done
not?
that, because they take us on a bit
would've
of a
been different.
logical journey.
Yeah.
Okay, so Noctowl is the feature Pokemon this episode. We have met
Owl.
Hoot in a
Yep.
previous episode. This is the evolved form. I know this because in my Heart Gold playthrough, I tried using this Noctowl, and you kind of warned me about this, but I gotta say, didn't love it. It was okay.
Oh yeah.
It was
It is.
okay.
Yeah. It's all right.
It's all right, but it was one of the more frustrating parts of my party, for sure.
Yeah. It's the early regional bird, and it doesn't stack up as well to ones like Swellow in Gen 3 or Staraptor in Gen 4.
It sort
just
of
okay.
reminded me of Butterfree in some ways, with this
Yes.
psychic flying thing going on,
Yeah.
and how it's a bit of a it falls over kind of easy.
Yeah. Can you tell me what type it is though?
I think it's just normal flying.
Ah, correct. Well done.
Yeah, because that also bites you. Because the normal is kind of annoying. Yeah.
Yeah. You would think it's a psychic type, but it's not. Because there's a lot of psychic properties. So.
Yeah, it uses a lot of psychic attack. But anyways,
Anyway, yeah, brown owl. That's what it is essentially.
a Browl.
Browl. Yep. So then some guy who's disguised as the tree, he's got like a blanket in front of him. He's just like sitting in the tree for some reason. Shoos it away, and in comes one that is a different color.
Right, and as I just learned in the
What?
quiz, that is the shiny. It
It
is
is.
literally the shiny sprite. It looks just like it. Kellan is showing me it. Look it up on Bulbapedia. Even in Gen 2, it had this shiny coloring, which is just like a goldish hue.
Yeah, so this is a shiny Noctowl, and you've had a lot of thoughts about shinies, like what the hell's the point of them and whatnot. To which I say, one, they're rare, it's cool, right? It's just a neat thing, a neat different thing. And two, to relate it to like a real world possible thing, imagine you're walking down a path, right?
'Kay.
And you look over there, and there's a bunch of geese, Canadian geese, those
'Kay.
fuckheads, right? Bunch
Yeah.
of dickheads over
Yeah.
there, doing nothing, thinking they own the place.
Mhm.
And then you look closely, and one of those geese is just blue. Wouldn't that
Okay.
be cool? You just saw a blue goose. Wouldn't that be sick?
I don't know. I guess.
It would be
Yeah.
notable. You would take a picture of that. You'd be like, "What the fuck's with
I
this
would take a
blue
picture.
goose?"
Absolutely. And
Same goes for shiny
I would like
Pokemon.
text people.
Same
Okay.
thing.
Okay, but why do I want it? Like, why would I like?
Because it's
I know people like
neat.
hunt for shinies though. Like,
Because it's
would
neat.
I hunt for the blue goose?
Yeah,
But
maybe.
is there anything different besides the color? Is that it?
No, it's just the color. It's just aesthetic.
Oh my god.
It's just cool. Some of them look really neat, and it's just different and
If
rare.
for some of
Like,
them where I think the design is really cool, maybe.
yes,
But
exactly. Like, people don't shiny hunt for
maybe.
Garchomp. That thing looks like shit.
Oh,
It's
okay.
barely
Okay.
different.
That's good to hear. That actually
Well, I
reassures
mean,
me
some people
about
would,
today.
but
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 they're
not
freaks
most
and we
people.
don't talk
Yeah,
to
they're
them.
freaks of nature. So
And we downvote their YouTube videos.
anyway, yeah, like you see a blue goose, that's a cool thing. You would agree with me
We
with
call
that.
that a blues.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
Okay,
that's
so
shiny Pokemon.
shinies.
You
Okay,
get it now?
okay. Well, I understand what they are. I am only a little bit into the appeal of them. I still think it's kind of stupid, but it's not
But it
that
like
stupid. It's just a little
it's
stupid.
it's not a thing that gives anyone an advantage over anything. It's just a rare thing that you'd be like, hey, look at this cool thing I found.
Well,
Like,
that's true. Yeah, yeah, that's
it
a good
doesn't
point.
take up any mental energy or like unless you're shiny hunting them.
Right,
But
because
it doesn't
otherwise it would take otherwise you would have to, like, grind away to be
exactly.
viable. Okay, that's a good
It's
point.
just it's the same as any rare item in like an RPG where it's like, "Oh wow, I found this cool thing," and it might not be necessary, but it's cool that you have it.
Well, it's more like a rare costume.
Yeah,
Yeah, right? Yeah.
yeah. Except it's not loot boxed. So
Oh my god. What if Nintendo takes a page out of EA's book and you have to, like, gamble to get your shinies? Holy crap. Like, with real money.
yeah. Anyway, that's shiny Pokemon. So
I'm
that's
gonna look for Blue Goose tomorrow. I'm just gonna look around the city. Hey,
it
where's
would
my
be
Blue
sick.
Goose at?
Wouldn't it be sick? It's like, what
Oh
the fuck
my
is with this
god,
goose?
I
It's
found a
blue.
cat that's platinum. It's a platinum cat, Kellan.
I thought you were gonna say plaid. I was like, wow, that'd also be
Oh,
kinda
that'd
crazy.
be cool too, yeah.
It's a lumberjack cat.
It's a plaid
Whoa.
bear. It looks just like Smokey the Bear.
Anyway, so yeah, that's shiny Pokemon. That shiny Noctowl comes by. The guy in the tree tries to like bait it out with food, but it just like hits the tree, makes him fall out, pecks at his hand.
Yeah, this
It's
is
funny.
where Ash and Misty kind of run in. What's going on? Can we help you out? He said, "What can I help you, Mister?" And he goes, "Not Mister. I'm a doctor, Doctor Wiseman."
And Brock's like, sorry, we thought you looked like a mister at first.
He totally looks like a Mister. He's so fancy.
He is fancy.
Yes, this guy's like a little
absurd.
bit pretentious. He's got these like bluish, purplish kind of garb thing going on, glasses. He's a little hoity-toity.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just a touch.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is Dr. Wiseman. A very on the nose name again. He is
Yeah, and
smart,
he's trying to
so he's a
capture
wise
this
man.
unusually colored Noctowl.
Yep.
And he's tried a lot. He keeps trying over and
Mhm.
over and over. So he's saying that this thing's clever. It's even smarter than the regular Noctowl. It's got like plus intelligence points, Kellan.
Yeah, it rolled really well when determining its stat values at the beginning
Exactly.
of the game. So yeah, he's getting outsmarted by it a lot. Of course, Ash is like, "Well, I want it now. It's my Pokemon. Me. It's all about Ash."
He gets super
Um,
into it immediately. So the Noctowl's still like looking at them during this conversation. It's smaller than a regular Noctowl, but it's more clever, we're kind of learning. And Ash just jumps into gear right away, just chucks a ball at him, and the Noctowl just kicks it back.
Yeah, I don't know why they decided that it should be smaller than a regular Noctowl. Like, I wonder if that'll come back. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It felt kind of arbitrary.
Yeah. Maybe it's just like it's bad in one way, but special in a different way. Balances out or something. I don't fucking know.
Just add a bit more uniqueness, maybe.
Its shininess is compensating for something, yeah.
Okay, sure.
This Noctowl has a small penis.
It's a small cloaca, Kellan. Small cloaca. Birds don't have penises.
Ah, stupid birds.
Imagine if it did, if it was just flying around with like a horse cock.
It's like it's just flapping in the wind.
Yeah, and it's like the same size as the bird itself. It's just this like massive. Okay, anyways.
I'm not putting that one on the fan art list. Penis bird.
Noctowl with a girthy wiener.
No, that is going on the fan art list. That's really fucking funny.
No, Kellan. We don't want that kind of fan art. We don't want to end up on we don't want to be on somebody's deviant art, okay?
Okay, here in the fan art spreadsheet, I'll put it down in cell 700.
And it has to, it's Japanese, so it has to be pixelated. It has to be like a censor bar.
Yes. All right, there are currently 30 things on the fan art list, and Noctowl is in cell 743 or something.
Yeah,
so
hopefully
if you want
I never have to see that. I would just feel guilty that I was part of bringing that into the world.
That is so funny. That. Oh my god. You said it. Yeah, you said it. That's your
I know, that's why I feel guilty.
Anyway.
I'm accountable, Kellan.
So that's enough about bird penises. Ash jumps in with the ball, trying to catch it, but it just gets kicked back at him. Pikachu falls off his shoulder. Oh no. And then it starts going for a strange attack of these beams hit at Ash, and he gets real upset. And he's like, all right, Pikachu, let's catch this thing. And then we go back to reality, and he's just trying to pick a rock up, thinking it's Pikachu.
Right. So the Noctowl has the ability to make people hallucinate.
Yes.
Although the move it's using is just hypnosis, right?
Yeah, that's supposed to just put you to sleep.
Here's a game thing. And it looked like he was using hypnosis because, we've had previous episodes where hypnosis was used from the what's the drowsy evolution called again?
Hypno.
Hypno. And it had those same kind of circular waves coming off of it. That's how we could tell, I think.
Yeah, essentially. That is the depiction of hypnosis. And yeah, it's never really been used as it's seen in the games.
Right. So we get a cool detective moment here because
yes.
Brock is he can't get a rock to battle. So now Noctowl won't get captured. Brock is on a streak from saying just unhinged weird shit this episode, but not like he normally does. They aren't sexually weird. They're just strange logic.
Yeah, it's just so expository. He's oh, yeah. I get it now. Ash thinks the rock is Pikachu. He can't get a rock to battle, so Noctowl won't get captured.
And that was Noctowl's plan all along.
Thank you, Brock, for this enlightening commentary here.
Yeah, and Ash tries to carry the rock because he still thinks it's Pikachu, and he just falls, and he's Pikachu, you're going on a diet.
So we go to a cabin now. This isn't some random cabin. This is the doctor's cabin. He moved out here to catch this Noctowl. So who knows how long he's been trying to do this.
I'd like to think it probably is one of those weird random cabins that's everywhere, and the doctor just took it over because of course he did. He just presumed that his greatness allowed him to live in this place.
So, well, I mean, with all these random abandoned cabins, maybe they're not abandoned. Maybe they are there just for travelers to stay at.
I think they might be part of the system, yeah.
Yeah, it could be. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
That would make sense. That's cool. Actually, good world building.
They're funded by the Pokemon League.
Yeah. Anyway, so Dr. Wiseman likes to catch the rarest and most unusual Pokemon. And so Misty's whoa, I've got one of those. And she brings out Psyduck.
Psyduck.
And it's unusual because it can't fly and it can't swim a stroke.
And Misty just laughs. She's like, gotcha. So during this whole thing, though, Togepi is sitting right there.
Right? That's exactly where I thought she was going.
Actually a rare Pokemon, right?
Yeah, that's where I thought she was going.
So the doctor never notices Togepi.
No.
So.
But yeah, she laughs at him, and then he's just you're laughing at me?
He loses it.
That Noctowl laughs at me. How dare you, you bitch. And we're all Dr. Wiseman, calm down. We don't need to use that kind of language.
This was his postal moment. I thought he was gonna turn this into Hostel or Cabin in the Woods, like chain them up in the basement or something. Like he was going really maniacal.
Human centipede them. Yeah. It was
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
gross.
only that would be if he had a German accent.
Yes.
Then he'd
Of
probably
course.
centipede them.
Yeah. So yeah, he's freaking out. He's getting like really fired up, and so is Ash because Ash wants to catch it, and Doctor's like, "But you're dumb. You can't do it. If Noctowl outsmarts me, how are you gonna do it? How are you gonna? Because you're stupid." And Ash is like, "Oh, maybe I'm stupid, but you can't catch it either. I know you are, but what am I?"
Yeah, I heard different dialogue. I actually heard the Doctor say, "You ain't shit, Ash," and Ash go, "You ain't either, dog." And they just said that back and forth.
I'll tear your asshole a new one, Ash.
I'll tear your
Ew.
stomach an asshole.
Gross.
Yeah.
So Dr. Wiseman's got a secret weapon though. He's got some
secret
weird
trap.
thing.
And it's
secret
under
trap.
a blanket. He won't let anybody see.
And Ash is like, "But can I see it?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "But I won't tell anybody. I want to see it. Let me see it." Because he's a fucking child.
Well, and Brock and Misty kind of chime in. Better to catch Pokemon honestly. No traps. Do it the right way. And Ash is like, "You're right. No traps." And Doctor's like, "That's noble, but you ain't shit."
Yeah,
You need traps to survive.
I've talked about this with Team Rocket too. Why do these people just not try a Pokeball? It's gotta be way easier. Like, are Pokeballs some kind of like restricted purchasable item that you have to show like league verification in order to purchase?
No, I think it's more about that, like wearing the Pokemon down. Like the head-on battle takes work and dedication and another Pokemon. I agree with you that this isn't really enough. This isn't really a convincing argument. But this is like what they're trying to tell us in the context of like the world of the show, I guess. Is
Yeah.
that it takes work and the villains aren't willing to put in the hard work. People who don't put in hard work are villains. That's why you need a 9 to 5. That's why capitalism is enslaving you. And this is the brain food that they're feeding your kids to get them to follow. This is the mind control, Kellan.
This entire series is about Ash pulling himself up by the bootstraps.
By the bootstraps.
And doing it
getting
himself.
a mortgage on Uncle Sam's dime.
Back when a fucking McDouble cost a nickel. And now it's like $3.
Oh my god. I remember when McDoubles were 99 cents. Even that was still when I was like a teenager.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. Those were the days. Okay, let's talk more about the episode.
Those were the days.
Man, like Herbert Hoover again. Yeah, you know. Okay.
If my Twitch channel gets 50 subs, we'll do a cover of the All in the Family theme song.
If anybody else knows All in the Family, that's what'll impress me. Okay.
Yes. Anyway, so yeah, Team Rocket is spying in from the rooftop. They're just like, okay, we'll catch the Noctowl. It'll be a fine feathered present for the boss man, and then we go to another scene. Very quick, Team Rocket there. And so later, Wiseman has made some kind of trap in the tree. He's sure Noctowl will come because it can't resist testing its wits against him. And so it appears. It shows up, it lands on the branch, and so he puts the trap into action. He pulls the rope, which turns a gear, which cuts another rope,
Very
which reveals a mirror. I was hoping it would do like 4 other shots.
Yeah, like
of the trap.
Fire a ball through the air.
Yeah.
And hit like a cage which falls, and then that cage, but the cage doesn't land on the Noctowl. It like lands on a seesaw, and the seesaw like hits something into the air. Like it's basically Mousetrap the board game.
Yeah, I was gonna go there too. I was trying to look up what the slogan is for Mousetrap before you finished. You beat me to it. Yeah, no, I was hoping they would go like full Rube Goldberg machine on this thing, but they didn't, unfortunately. It just cuts the rope and a mirror shows up. And so Noctowl sees it. He's like, "Oh, who's this motherfucker?" And he starts hypnosising it. And it bounces back on him. He hypnosises himself. He does a weird look to Wiseman quick, and then he falls out of the tree.
So the mirror might have worked. He's lost his balance. Super intelligent Pokemon can't compete with super intelligent humans, Dr. Wiseman says.
And then we go back to reality. He's not holding Noctowl. He's holding a big rock.
The rock strikes again. And he can't do anything with a rock, right, Brock?
And so we look over there, and Noctowl is just like drunkenly walking away.
Oh, yeah, he's calling an Uber. Like, he's just like out back calling an Uber.
I only had like 4 drinks. I can drive. I'm fine to drive. Give me my
Where
keys.
are my keys?
Give me my keys.
Don't you fucking take my keys.
Don't you fucking take my keys. I can drive. I'm fine. I was only like
Noctowl drunk driving is better fan art than Noctowl with a penis.
No, wait. We don't want to promote drunk driving, so Noctowl gets a DUI.
There you go. Noctowl and the police are making him
Yeah,
walk a
do
line
the nose test with his
with
wings.
his wings. That's better than Noctowl with a penis.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I've redeemed myself, Kellan.
Yes. Okay, so with all this hypnosis talk, I got a question from Alex.
Ooh, question
who
from
this
a
week
listener.
asks a question primarily for you, Graham.
Oh.
I will have no say in this because I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
Okay.
Alex asks, do you think Noctowl would win in a battle of genjutsu/hypnotism against Itachi Uchiha?
You really
Butchered that?
you really butchered that. It's talking about Naruto. It's been a while since I read Naruto. And that's right, read. And let me tell you something, Alex. I like to use this fun fact to blow people's mind. Okay, when I was reading the Naruto manga, it was still like currently coming out, right? And I got a bunch of like fan scanlations online and like caught up to like the most recent one. And the last thing I read in Naruto is where Sasuke, this is kind of a spoiler, but there's that big part where Sasuke goes away, right? And does something. That is the last thing I read. And I have not caught up since or finished Naruto. So in my head, Sasuke is still ran away. I told that to a friend once and it blew his mind. That's where I was at in Naruto. And that's where it was caught up when I was reading. So that's my Naruto claim to fame. I don't remember. Okay, so that's Sasuke's brother, right? I don't remember his hypno abilities. So I can't do a good answer to that either. But I got to tell my stupid story.
That's the best kind of answer. All you have to do is say yes or no, and then people can yell at you if you're wrong.
Well, I'll ask it back to you, Alex, in the comments. Who do you think would win? Because I don't remember Sasuke's brother's powers. I just remember that he had a brother, but like, I don't know, isn't his clan dead or something, and that's why he's an emo? Sasuke would know all the words to the Black Parade song. He'd be on that ball.
He must have like the Bioshock Infinite Murder of Crow vigor. Because Alex also says in the email, even if not, I think it would be a good duo if Adachi had a flock of Noctowl instead of crows.
I mean, he looks like someone who would have a flock of crows, so it kind of checks out. The the Uchiha clan are very emo, Kellan.
Okay. I believe you. Well, I hope that answer satiated your thirst for knowledge.
Yeah, and I'm sorry I'm not a bigger Naruto head.
Anyway, so Noctowl's around there. Too many whiskeys. Ash wants to help because it's a little fucked up. And then some wind, whoosh, 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 strong wind. Wiseman snaps out of it. He gets hit with a stick or something. We get a giant fucking Noctowl mech. This massive Noctowl with giant balloons keeping it afloat that are deflating to let it land. Ash with the best detective moment we've seen. That's not a real Noctowl.
Yeah, I love that. I love that too. It's so big. And yes,
Wonderful.
This is Team Rocket in an awesome mech. Like, very cool. But the balloons thing is kind of funny. That's how it goes up and down. Like in this big thing, you can like install, I don't know, like engines or a fan or something. It's like balloons. No. Okay. Anyways, they do the chant. You get that
Prepare
one,
for trouble because we're on the prowl. Make a double. We're in the big owl. It's okay.
That's nice. But no wobbuffet this time in the chant. And then Meowth saying they're going to capture Noctowl after the next commercial
right after we
break.
Get back from this next commercial.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And the king's like, no, you're not. And then we go to commercial. Oh, no. And then they come back. Wiseman really knocks it out of the park here. He's like, do you have so little regard for your own Pokemon capturing skills that you needed to create this monstrous contraption just to catch one little Noctowl? Maybe look at yourself in that mirror.
In that mirror you brought, you little bitch. Mm-hmm. You little hypocritical bitch.
It's outrageous. You're outrageous, Wiseman.
Yeah, he is.
Sit the fuck down. Sit down and shut up.
Team Rocket's slightly offended, but they're like, well, actually, we bought it. We didn't make it, but assembly was required.
It was from IKEA, so.
Well, they said instructions weren't included, though. And that's, so that is not an IKEA product, Kellan.
I missed that part. Okay. Well, Pikachu tries a Thunderbolt. It just gets reflected, bounces back. So Ash sends out Totodile and Cyndaquil. But in this shot, when he's throwing the balls, he actually mixes their balls up. He throws the lure ball when he's sending out Cyndaquil, and the Pokeball for Totodile.
I mix my balls up every day.
Me too.
I don't know what that means.
All three of them.
I laughed. I don't know. Keep going.
Totodile just dances around. It's great. Love it. Gotta love Totodile. I gushed about him all last week, and I will continue to do so.
He's got great energy. You love to see him on screen.
Yeah. He's incredible. Team Rocket inflate the balloons.
They inflate the
to
wind
deflate them.
bags. I didn't think to call them balloons. I wrote down wind bags. I love having wind bags at my birthday party.
Are those helium or Mylar wind bags? You can get your wind bags at the dollar store.
Get your wind bags.
Wiseman takes the wind as a distraction to grab the Noctowl and run. So he does that. And yeah, it gets like knocked back, knocks out. He grabs it, he runs. And Jesse and James are really annoyed about this. Isn't there some rule about thieves not stealing from other thieves or something?
Honor among thieves, only when convenient, right, Team Rocket?
So they use a giant claw to grab Wiseman. They take Noctowl and they start taking off. But Bulbasaur and Chikorita come out. That buggy music comes on that I still got to figure out how to describe it. I have no idea, but it's really fun. I like it a lot. They vine whip the feet of the mech to hold it down as Ash climbs a tree to jump onto the claw that has Noctowl.
He does things like this every once in a while where he's
Too
like...
bad Heracross isn't here to launch him.
Exactly. He's like, who needs a body when you got Pokemon? Risking it all.
And so, yeah, he jumps onto the claw to try and pry it open. Meanwhile, Psyduck is just kind of there, wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
This was great. I loved this from Psyduck. Misty's like, oh, are you trying to use confusion? That could help. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And he's like trying to use confusion, and he goes all red. Slowly falls over.
Not today.
Nothing. Great. Ash is keeping trying to open the thing. He gets it open just enough to let Noctowl fly out, and then he gets flung, hits the ground pretty hard. And Noctowl starts talking to the other Pokemon because like all of Ash's Pokemon are out at this point.
Yeah, and so this is kind of fun now. So we see Noctowl talking to Ash's Pokemon, and then the Pokemon kind of go into action. And this is tying together this idea that Noctowl is like especially clever, as in the Noctowl is giving them some strategy, right? Like mapping out how to defeat this thing. So Cyndaquil fires a flamethrower at the Mecha Noctowl's crotch. It doesn't look like it's working right away, but it just keeps doing it, and it's starting to heat up the metal in the Noctowl's crotch. No giant penis, right, Kellan?
Not that we saw.
Not that we
Maybe
saw.
in a different cut.
Yeah, that was a different mech that James has just for fun. So
just for himself, yeah.
Yeah, Noctowl's coordinating the attack, calls up Totodile, hits water in that same place. And now during this whole thing, we kind of skipped some of this, but Team Rocket had been bragging about this coating that they had on it, right? This like metallic coating that stuffs electricity, blah blah blah. And they're like, oh, it's also rust proof. And then you hear a cracking sound.
Optional as well.
You hear a cracking sound.
It's all optional stuff.
And so it turns out that with the heat and then the cooling, the rapid heat and cooling, the coating at the Noctowl's crotch is now cracking.
It's like a Pyrex measuring cup. Actual science. Like the expanding and contracting is causing it to crack. There's like actual science here, I think.
Well, sort of. I mean, it's like it's like a made up material. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of loose, but like, sure, we'll take it. Yeah.
But that's a thing that happens. Rapid temperature changes can...
That is a thing that happens,
can compromise the structural integrity of a
thing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Just check out check out our sidewalks every spring, am I right?
Am I right? No, I like that. I thought it was a different way of dealing with the problem than we normally see. I thought it was a fun, interesting change of pace that can actually teach a kid something. So.
All right, so now that the crotch is a cracking, Pikachu comes a knacking, and Pikachu's turn fires the Thunderbolt right up the pee hole. Basically,
Kaboom.
Sounds the Noctowl right up the urethra, and fries Team Rocket, blasting them off.
Don't do that. Oh,
I regret nothing. This is who I am.
Some people hate the word moist. I hate any mention of anything going up a urethra.
Well, me too, actually. Like, I physically recoil. Like, even when I said it myself, it's like, ugh.
Catheter does it to me.
No.
Like, oh, no. Don't want to hear that word. And yeah, they go blasting off again. Bye-bye, Team Rocket. They couldn't have done it without Noctowl, though. And Ash is like, wait, what? Really? It's like, yeah, Noctowl's the one that told them to do this, Ash. Come on.
Yeah, he's like, I just thought I was awesome, and they're awesome, and everybody's awesome.
Noctowl wants to challenge Ash now, as Wiseman puts it. And Ash is like, but I thought you wanted to catch it. And Wiseman actually, some character growth here. He's like, nah, I had my chance. It wants to fight you. You're the chosen one, Ash.
It's the rule of douchebag in the Pokemon universe, Kellan. If there's 3 minutes left in the episode, the douchebag will have a rapid character growth moment.
This is true.
That is just like it's like a physical rule of a Pokemon episode.
I believe it is in our Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
If the
in there
douchebag has
somewhere.
not learned their lesson by minute 18 of the episode, they shall do a rapid heel turn of character and merit.
Yeah, John A. McDonald himself put that in there.
Wow.
He signed it. He wrote it. I don't even know if who wrote the charter, but whatever. Pikachu is gonna fight a Noctowl. He starts with a Thunderbolt, and Hypnosis goes in, makes him fire it all around, hitting himself. It seems like Hypnosis works more like being confused in the show rather than putting it to sleep.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's more like a confuse ray.
Yeah. And so it kind of swoops around, and Ash is like, Pikachu, don't look it in the eyes. Attack where you hear its wings.
Oh, this was so
Noctowl is Medusa now, apparently. Or
Well,
Basilisk.
I know the answer, but have you ever seen Bloodsport?
No.
Millennials, show me out. We all love Bloodsport. So it's a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. It's like a martial arts movie. But there's like the big dramatic fight at the end. The guy throws sand in his eyes, but then he's like, remember your
Pocket
training,
sand.
because he's like master trained him with like a blindfold, and he's like, I don't even need eyes. And then he just like remembers his master. Hidoshi, yours to honor, blah blah blah, and then he like beats the guy because he doesn't even need his eyes, and it's awesome.
Incredible.
So this is just Jean-Claude Van Damme right here as a Pikachu.
I prefer the Medusa route because I'll always just remember that scene in the first Percy Jackson movie where he gets around looking Medusa in the eye by using the back of his iPod as a reflector. This is
our generational gap, Kellan.
Yeah, I know, right?
Percy Jackson to Bloodsport. No idea what you're talking about, and you have no idea what I'm talking about. But I'm going to assume they're basically the same.
They're the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're also the same as this episode.
Right.
So
Everything's the same.
it's all the same. Anyway, so Pikachu goes into like ultra hearing mode, and he hears where the wings are flapping, and he lets loose. Boom! Pikachu thunderbolts, and Noctowl falls to the ground. Pokeball, go! Suspense. Wiggles. Ka-ching! Ash has caught a shiny Noctowl.
Wow, first shiny.
Incredible.
Good job, Ash.
First shiny caught by a main character, and this will not happen again for another, I think, 1,000 episodes.
Oh, okay.
And so with Noctowl, the gang heads out of the forest at sunset, back on the road to Johto. Shut the fuck up, narrator. That's the episode.
All right, so Literary Hour. This is where I try to compare the episode to literature and do it very poorly. And of course, my Literary Hour is Bloodsport, which I already did. The fantastic
we can
novel
move on already. Sweet.
no, it's not Bloodsport. That's a movie.
Aww.
It's actually the trope, and this goes really old, of like the wise old owl. Like, this is something that everyone would be familiar with because of how
Winnie the Pooh.
pervasive it is. So yeah, Winnie the Pooh is the kind of the obvious book.
Winnie the Pooh.
But we can even talk
Winnie
about
the
older
Pooh.
things like all the way back to mythology. There is some tie to Athena, who's got ties to wisdom. One of Athena's symbols was an owl, I believe. So in Greek mythology, there's this connection that the owls were wise. There's some Latin references, even in the language, that ties them to that. Now, interestingly, according to TV tropes, in Finnish mythology, the owls were seen as stupid. So that is I mean, the Finnish are always doing their own thing, I feel like. That's why the Finnish were like, fuck the Greeks. We're going to get drunk in the forest. And owls are stupid. Also, the owl is the unofficial mascot of the high IQ organization Mensa.
Oh,
so there's some owl
good
facts
them.
for you. But yeah, Winnie the Pooh's the book. You know,
Who doesn't love a good owl fact?
right?
Not all owls hoot.
Oh, interesting.
Did you not know? Did you know that?
I mean, that seems kind of like obvious to me, but no, I didn't know that explicitly. I haven't thought about that.
Ohio is home to several owl species.
The state of Ohio.
Apparently.
Okay. Did you just Google owl facts?
13 fun facts about owls.
Oh, okay, wow. Let's move on. I regret bringing up owls.
But owls are cool.
They're all right.
Owls are zygodactyl, which means their feet have 2 forward-facing toes and 2 backward-facing toes.
You know what?
Zygodactyl.
What fact
word of
about
the day.
bats I actually find interesting, and this could be another
What?
literary hour, is did you know that owls eat bats?
I did not.
Yeah. And I learnt that from the Batman graphic novel, The Court of the Owls,
Where he
because,
got eaten by an owl.
well, the enemies are owl themed, and I didn't really get why, but the reason they chose owls is because owls eat bats. So like that, they're supposed to be
Hmm.
like the enemies of the Batman. It's the Court of the
Oh,
Owls.
here's more information about the hooting thing. Barn owls make hissing sounds. The eastern screech owl whinnies like a horse, and saw-whet owls sound like an old whetstone sharpening a saw. From
Try to make that
audubon.org.
sound, Kellan. Beautiful. That's
Thank you.
exactly what I was imagining.
All right, let's rate this thing.
So we're moving on to the 4-pour, the plastic ping pong pitcher of objective rankings. We're going to pull 2 categories at random from the pitcher and rate the episode based on those 2 categories. What do we got first, Kellan?
Today's first category will be the Team Rocket scheme.
Use a giant mech. It doesn't have a penis. Catch a Noctowl. That's it. Then the
Yeah,
Noctowl
so-
is shiny.
Yeah, so the scheme itself in catch a Noctowl, give it to the boss with a mech. Pretty basic.
That's basic.
You see a lot of
yeah.
mechs and stuff, but the mech's pretty fucking cool.
I would give points for the mech, yeah.
I'd give points to the mech,
Yeah.
yes.
It was visually
I think
interesting.
I would say it's an above average scheme then because of this mech.
Okay, if we can incorporate the mech design into the
Yeah.
scheme and how much fun we had with it, I'm giving it a 7.
7? I was thinking 6.5.
Yeah, it's fair.
But yeah, like the mech is integral to the scheme. Without the mech, they can't do it.
That's
you know?
true. That's true. You got to have the mech to have the scheme. Got to have the scheme to have the mech. What comes first, the mech or the scheme?
Well, I can tell you what comes second, and it's this category, which is not how the game works.
Ooh, well, hypnosis is our big one,
Hypnosis
right?
is the big one.
Oh, the shiny being that it's smaller is different.
Yeah, that's also kind of strange.
So we got
yeah,
2.
That works.
We got 2.
Hypnosis. Yeah, hypnosis is like the big one.
Okay. What about the narrator constantly saying the road to Johto or whatever pisses you
I'll count
off? That
that,
kind
yeah.
of counts, right?
I'll count that. That's funny.
I think hypnosis is the big one, and I would definitely give points
yes,
for
I give a good few points to
that. Yeah, because it's
hypnosis not
just
working like
a
it should.
reinterpretation, like completely.
Yes.
And it's an important part of the episode. So I'm gonna go high on this one, Kellan. Kinda high. Well, not that high. 7.8.
7.8. Too much water.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go that
exactly.
high. I am gonna give a couple, maybe a point to the fact that they utilize water to hurt the metal, which like steel is not weak to water types. Game. Wow, how dare you?
Ouch.
That's like 0.4 points on that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, the hypnosis not doing anything like it should is a big part of that. The fact that Pikachu had to close his eyes in order to fight it, that's also kind of weird.
That was
It is cool,
awesome.
but not the game. I'm gonna do another 6.5. So that's 7.15 for that overall. 6.95 for foul play.
Okay,
was
yeah,
a
that's
good- it
okay.
was a fine
That's
episode.
not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of strong. And we got a new companion for the
We
journey.
did.
So that was it was worth it. It's a good episode.
And it's different. It's interesting.
Now
So
let's get
go
into
to-
episode 157, Forest Grumps. Fantastic name.
Great name. Great name.
And this episode actually was kind of awesome for me, but
This one's fun.
basically just because of the animation of the featured Pokemon. The
Yes.
Ursaring have really fun animations. They're so
They do.
cartoony, but they're a blast.
They're very fun. So Forest Grumps, it's break time. We're taking a nice break at this beautiful little river. Let's send out all of the Pokemon. Every Pokemon comes out, and a little detail that you may not have caught that I really like because it is true to the games. When Noctowl comes out of his ball, he sparkles a little bit.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have caught because I wasn't in the shiny mindset yet, but I'm definitely going to look out for that now.
Yep. So yeah, when Noctowl pops out of the ball, he normally should have some kind of sparkle effect going on because that's what happens with shiny Pokemon in the games.
Okay.
Also, I don't know how I forgot to bring this up, but to go back to the shiny Pokemon thing and you not getting it, as a kid playing Gold and Silver, didn't you think it was fucking cool to see that red Gyarados?
Yeah, that is
Like,
true,
wasn't that
actually.
sick?
It was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't like
alright.
blow my mind though. I was
But
like,
it
oh,
was
they're
neat.
usually blue. Now it's red. Okay.
Yeah. It's just a different. People like different things.
Shout
It's
me out
neat.
in the comments if you don't get shinies.
No one will because everyone likes shinies.
Also, if you want to rise up against me and throne me as this like evil villain, that should be taken down. I mean, that works too.
Whatever gives us engagement.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
we'll go for it. Anyway, so yeah, all the Pokemon come out. Totodile is dancing around, invading Chikorita's space. She's a little
Yeah, she's so
uncomfortable with
annoyed
that.
by him.
Oh. Psyduck's chasing around Geodude. This is fun little bits for
Togepi
these
just
guys
chowing
here.
down. Yeah, good shots.
They're relaxing, drinking some water, just having a nice time when, boom! Giant net comes out of nowhere, nets every single Pokemon.
It's a wide net, and we get the Team Rocket balloon very quickly in this episode. They have an upgrade on it. It kind of has these like booster fans going off the sides. Team Rocket are wearing fishing outfits, like they're on like a Japanese tuna barge.
Yeah, they're going all nautical on this one.
Yeah, and they appear in front of his ship.
Prepare for trouble. It's our greatest plan yet. Make a double. All it took was a net. I
It's just
disagree.
a
I mean,
net. There is something funny
they
about
use a lot of
about
nets.
them claiming it's their greatest fan and it's just their greatest plan and it's just another net. There is something
Yeah.
kind of psychotic about that.
They've realized they're like, hey, we don't need all this fancy shit. Nets like kind of work. We'll just
I
do that.
guess they've just gone back to basics, but I feel like they've had that argument before. Like
Yeah.
they're gaslighting us. Like this is something crazy.
Yeah. So it's looking like they might get away with all the Pokemon in the big net
Ooh.
when this giant beam of light shoots them down, releasing all the Pokemon. When a horde of Ursaring stomp out of the forest and start hyper beaming all over the place.
And I am glad that they explained that these were hyper beams already, because I was like, "What the fuck?" Like that bear was just firing my laser, like it had a huge laser cannon. So let's talk about these things. Ursaring is the featured Pokemon. They're the evolved form of Teddy Ursa. Yes, I remember this stuff, Kellan, because Teddy
Did
Ursa
we see
was
Teddy Ursa already?
no, but it was cute, and I remember him from the magazines when I was a kid, and saying that thing is cute.
Teddy Ursa is pretty cute, pretty adorable little guy.
And yeah, Ursaring is the evolved form, and it's a grizzly bear. But it has like a
Yeah.
moon on its chest or something, right?
Yeah, big circle on its chest.
Oh, it's a circle, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's supposed to be representative of the moon because there are some like moon-like attributes or something. Because when Legends Arceus came out, Ursaring got an evolution in Ursaluna, and one of the
yeah, that
requirements for that is to evolve it under a full moon.
Oh, that's kind of cool. It's like
Yeah.
a cult thing, occult kind of thing.
I mean, obviously the name Ursa Ring comes from Ursa Minor, Ursa Major in the stars, so that also kind of connects it.
You connects it
Stuff
to
like that.
those, but Ursa's Latin for bear, right?
That too, yes. So it's like full circle, baby. We're hitting all kinds of points.
Yeah, Ursa's
It's,
Latin for bear. Okay,
Yeah.
Japanese for bear is Kuma, and I know that because there's a lot of characters and things named Kuma. Ursaring's Japanese name isn't Kuma,
It's Ringoma.
Renguma. Ah, the ma kind
As-
of it kind of sounds like Kuma. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, according to the origin section under Ursaring and on Bubblepedia, an Asian black bear in Japanese is known as Tsuki no Waguma, which literally means ring of the moon bear.
Oh,
So-
sick. Okay.
So Ursaring with the ring of the moon, it's a bear.
There's
Ursa
some
ring.
convoluted wordplay happening.
There's some
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
yes. There's some weird things going on.
There,
It got more moony in Gen 8.
there's
yeah,
a character in Tekken, Kellan, whose name is Kuma, and it's literally just a bear. So like his name is just Bear, and he's a bear. And it's been
that.
I don't know if they verified this, but okay, so like one of the main characters, Heihachi, like if you think of Tekken, you know that like old guy with
Mhm.
the gray hair. He sort of like died in number 7, quote unquote died. Now in number 8, Kuma has a lot of his moves. So it's almost implied like he got reincarnated as a bear. Named Bear.
I love that.
It's
That's great.
awesome.
Anyway, that's Ursaring. Yeah, it really is just kind of like a bear.
It's a bear, but it's got laser beams apparently. Well, hyper beams.
It's cool though. I like Ursaring.
Oh, it looks so sick. How is he in the games?
It's all right. Pretty good.
Decent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Medium?
got a good attack stat.
I would
It's
hope.
definitely outclassed, but it's fun. I like
And what type is it?
it. Just normal.
Yeah, that probably hurts it a little, eh?
When it evolves into Ursaluna in Gen 8, it gains a ground type. So it helps a little bit.
Oh,
Ursaluna.
it gains ground?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
normal ground.
Oh, interesting.
Ursaluna.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, that's Ursaring. Big angry bear.
And boy, are they angry.
Boy, are they angry.
So the gang retreats all their Pokemon and runs because there's these bears just shooting laser beams everywhere.
Yep.
A herd of Ursaring firing their lasers.
I gotta say, Ursaring's cry in this episode is incredible. I love it. It's one of my
It's like a
favorites we've ever
roar,
gotten.
right?
It's just them going,
Exactly.
just the guy in the studio going, raw.
Yeah, and it's awesome just like how the Ursaring will pop up throughout this episode and play that
Yeah.
crazy sound. It's very cartoonish, but I mean that as a compliment. It's really
great.
fun. So everyone's running. Ash and Brock. Oh, okay, we're looking safe and sound, but they look around. Where's Misty? And Jesse's
Why
with
is
them.
Jesse here?
Yeah. And then this is an episode of cuts, Kellan, because now we flip back Team Rocket.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Meowth and James, but no, Jesse, Misty is with them. Now cut back to where Jesse's with Ash and Brock, and she springs out Arbok, right? She's going to fight right away, even though they're in this crisis. Pikachu's going to fight, Arbok's going to fight. And then an Ursaring appears, just blasted. And they just like pop out of the bushes. That's the best
Yes.
part. Like, where are these bears coming from?
And then when they hyper beam into the air, they just like rock back and forth left to right.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
great.
And just shoot into the air. Like, if there are like airplanes flying over this forest, they're getting shot down because they keep blasting. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like Yosemite Sam. Like, they're just shooting in the air.
Oh, it's so good. I love it.
Yeah.
I love these Ursaring.
Yeah,
so
me too.
funny. So Jesse and Misty have gotten their groups mixed up. This is the weirdest episode of Wife Swap I've ever seen.
Is that a show?
Yes.
Oh.
How did you, oh, come on. That was such a good joke. Fuck off. You don't know Wife Swap?
I mean, I've heard of the activity of wife swapping. A swinger activity. I didn't realize there was a feature film about it.
No, it was a reality show.
Oh, gross. Kellan.
Where they would literally they would take two women from different families and swap their families and then see what happens.
Kellan, you don't know Bloodsport, but you know wife swap.
I know shitty reality TV.
Yeah, I knew that.
Anyway, I've never actually seen an episode. I just know that it exists.
Yeah, I feel a little sad now.
Oh,
that
man.
This exists.
That was like one of my best jokes of the year, and you didn't understand it.
Kellan,
at all.
I don't need to laugh at everything.
It's heartbreaking.
Kellan's feelings are really hurt when I don't laugh at his jokes. But Kellan, you know the audience is laughing. That's all that matters.
Yes, I know. I want the instant gratification.
Sometimes
I'm a zoomer, as you call me.
Sometimes your noise gate, like the Discord noise gate, cuts out your laugh, so I just have to assume you're laughing anyways. I don't know the difference, so you could just assume I'm laughing and be like, "Oh, it's the noise gate." Okay.
Well, yeah, but then you're like, "I don't get that. Is that a show?" And I have to be like, "Aw, you didn't understand the reference."
I won't tell you when I don't understand your references. I'll just
yeah, but it's funny.
What if I try to pretend I get them and just
That's
say
also funny,
a non sequitur? Oh yeah, the show with the meatloaf incident. All right, classic.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the two Ursaring try to start fucking hyper beaming from the bushes. Then we go to the other group, James and Misty and Meowth, and they're ready to fight. And then two other Ursaring pop out of the bush. And so both of them are sort of figured it out. They got to work together to get out of there.
Yeah.
Let's hold the hostility and order a temporary truce, says Jesse. Wobbuffet pops out. I said truce, not surrender. Now get back to the barracks, she says.
Whoa.
It was a weird line, I thought.
Yeah, that's something. That's something. So Ash dexes the Ursaring because he thinks he's going to get some info. They're the hibernate Pokemon. They sleep all winter, I guess. They've got a keen sense of smell. They find food buried underground. Ash is hoping that food is the only thing buried in this episode.
So they start walking around looking for Misty, calling for her. Misty, Misty. I feel like yelling at the top of your lungs isn't the best idea in this situation.
Oh, no,
right?
Definitely not. And because these are brown bear. You remember the if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lie down.
Flush it down.
If it's white, say goodnight.
If it's white, you're fucking dead.
You're dead, yeah. Yeah, polar bears just kill you, yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't be yelling. Like, Arbok versus Pikachu got the Ursaring upset. You would think that the yelling would get them crawling out of there.
Oh, yeah.
But Jesse wonders if the guys are as worried about her as these guys are about Misty. And we go back to James and Meowth. They're like, no, we're not worried about her. She'll be fine.
Yeah. She's tough.
Yeah, and it's not like we don't care if she's okay. It's more of a, Jessie is strong and resilient, and I'd be more worried about the Ursaring.
Yeah. That's basically the attitude. They're like, well, she kicks the shit out of us, so she'll kick the
Yeah.
shit out of anything.
So we approach a fork in the road with I'm going to call them Group B with Misty, James, and Meowth, and then Group A is Ash, Brock, and Jessie.
Okay.
It's just how I wrote it down. Group B meets a fork in the road. They all want to go a different direction, and so they play a game of even or odd or something, where they all throw out like a number on
Yeah, or it's
their
like
hands.
Rochambeau kind of, but like a 3-player version. But basically, like let's say it's like rock paper scissors. But the idea is like if it's 3 people, the person with the odd one out is the winner.
Yes, I like. So in the Japanese version, they did play rock paper scissors. The dub changes this to seemingly be you throw out a number, and then whoever has, whether it's odd or even, and then whoever has like the odd one out or the even one out, I guess, is the winner.
Okay.
From what I gathered, like Meowth always throws 3 because he only has 3 fingers, 3 claws.
Right, I noticed that.
And
It was funny.
Jessie and
That's why he
James
keeps winning
throw,
and they don't like catch
Yeah.
on. Misty and James.
Misty and James throw like a 4, and so Meowth has the odd number and he wins.
I thought it was just the different one. So like if someone else had thrown a 3 and James had
Yeah.
thrown a 4, the 4 would be the odd one out.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing as if you're doing rock,
yeah.
paper, scissors that way.
Who knows? Anyway, so Meowth wins. He's gonna lead them. They're gonna go straight on, and so it's
Straight
late
out
now.
of trouble.
Group A is gonna stop for the night. Brock's making food. Jessie salivates because they never eat any regular food.
Yo, yeah, I mean,
she
they're
freaks out about
they're
how good it is.
starving criminals. Like, felt kind of bad for her because she's like never had like a home cooked meal. Yeah, I mean that sucks.
No smorgasbord out here.
Yeah, right. She's eating snow. She's eating fucking snow, and so she's like, "You always eat this well." And Brock's like, "You must eat good also." And she just gets depression. She does that beautiful like blue background depression animation with a big stick figure head that's in black and white. And and then she just remembers all the shitty food they ate. How the best thing they ever ate was these instant noodles. Which is like, I can't let the kids know that we eat like dog shit.
And then back to Group B, they're totally lost. Meowth says he always had trouble going straight.
Okay.
So he should have gone left or right.
Yes.
That was the joke. They're famished, though. We got to stop for a bite. And James and Meowth have a bite of a cookie, because that's all they have.
Yeah, they share a biscuit or something.
Misty has a big sandwich, though.
Oh, man, didn't her sandwich look great?
Oh, like, looked lovely.
Like, this anime sandwich, folks, was fucking wild. Like, just fresh bread, juicy, crisp lettuce, tomatoes, and all the cold cuts a kid can ask for.
Oh, who doesn't love good cold cut?
I know, right?
There's something special about a family gathering where you got cold cuts and like nice soft buns with pickles and cheese.
With pickles and cheese, yeah.
Nothing like it.
It's almost like we've been at the same family gathering. This is also known in the prairies as funeral food, though.
Yes, that too. That is if the church ladies aren't doing the food.
Okay.
If it's the church ladies, it's like egg salad sandwiches and stuff like that.
Maybe pierogies, depending on if it's a Ukrainian church or not.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, so Misty's eating the big sandwich, and so James and Meowth do the same thing that Jessie did with the exasperation blue background, black and white pencil drawing about how they have no food.
Yeah.
And they start salivating like crazy over what Meowth calls a sub-maritime sandwich.
A heroic sub-maritime sandwich, which was funny to me.
Misty shares. Good on Misty. Sharing her sandwich. They keep moving. They gotta find a place to camp, though, away from the Ursaring. Meowth thinks inside this cave would be a great idea, because if we're out in the open, the Ursaring can find us. And so they go into the cave and are immediately chased out by the Ursaring.
Yeah, tons of Ursaring screaming again. And you're right, that screaming sound is so good. So, a twist on the cave idea, though, because we cut to Ash and Brock, and they're just sleeping in a cave. So they found a non-Ursaring inhabited cave, got a warm fire.
I had to rewind this just to make sure, but I thought it would have been kind of funny if this was the same cave.
Yeah. But as in they chased out the Ursaring and then Ash went in? Yeah.
Yeah, Group B gets chased out by the Ursaring. They're running a couple miles, and then Group A comes along the cave. They're like, look at this nice empty cave. There's nothing here.
That would have been good, yeah.
It would have been good. So they're ready to sleep. Ash and Brock have their sleeping bags, and they're very cozy and comfy. Jessie remembers that they normally only sleep on bus stop benches and park slides,
Yeah, there's a flashback of the 3-Team Rocket characters sleeping on a park slide, and I was like, "Why wouldn't you just sleep on the ground? Why the
Yeah, the sand
slide?"
would be far more comfortable, I
Or
feel.
the grass, like, I don't know. I would probably go if you're at a park, I'd probably go under a tree, like, I don't know,
Yeah. You might get some sand in your crack, but I feel like it'd be more comfortable.
than the slide.
Yeah. Oh well. Brock gives her a blanket. Ah, humanity, beautiful. She wonders what she's doing with her life. What happened to her dreams? We get a flashback to child Jessie, who wanted to be a doctor and a famous actress and a trainer.
So many dreams.
So many dreams. And so we go back to Group B. Meowth wins another game of even or odd.
He's the leader again, okay.
He's the leader again, but he's going to go with James's idea to go down into this dark abyss where the Ursaring can't get to them.
That was so dumb. It's like they went into a dark cave, got chased out by Ursaring. They're like, I know, there's this like fissure in the earth. Let's crawl
More
into
darkness. So they rope down. They get like midway down to this little
that. Like a little ledge
platform,
somewhere,
little
but
ledge.
below it it's like pitch black. So who knows
They
how
can't
far
see.
down this thing goes?
And so they're just going to stay there because Meowth pulls the rope down by accident. They can't get back up. So they're going to stay there for the night. Misty divides the space up, gives herself like 3/4 of it, tells James
Yeah,
and
she
Meowth to
takes
stay on
all
their
of it.
side. Because her brain's bigger. They're very small
that's
brains,
the
so she gets
logic,
bigger
yep.
space. Yeah. James and Meowth, though, plan to steal her Pokemon in the night. They're like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity. Then they realize they can't get away. It's pitch dark. They can't see anything. They can't see how far down it is. But Jessie takes the opportunity to actually steal Pikachu. She grabs it, leaving the cave, runs right into an Ursaring.
Screams, runs straight back to the cave.
So the next day, the Group A continues to search. Group B
Yelling for Misty
we
still.
revealed Group B was only a few feet from the ground. They could've
That
just
was a
gone down.
pretty funny reveal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they didn't need to be stranded on this little ledge at all. And then Meowth lets it slip. He says, "If we were just a foot up, we could have taken your Pokemon last night." And then she's like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, I meant taking your Pokemon on a nice walk in the moonlight."
Sure.
And then they play the
Sure.
game again, and Meowth wins again. He's caught, and it's because he can only throw up 3, right?
Yeah.
That's the that was funny.
Which I assume in the Japanese, because it was rock paper scissors, he only
He just
throws paper,
only throws paper, yeah.
and somehow they're not catching on to it.
Right.
But oh well. So we go back to Group A. They're fighting off an Ursaring, Cyndaquil, and Onyx. Tackle from an Onyx knocks it back. It screams. Cyndaquil flamethrowers. Ursaring starts beating its chest, which calls its friends in.
Oh yeah, I've
Many
played
Ursaring.
this RPG. I mean, this doesn't happen in Pokemon really, but other games always have a creature that can like summon its friends. Can that ever happen in Pokemon? Can a wild Pokemon battle turn into a double?
Gen 7, Sun and Moon actually had an SOS mechanic where a
okay.
wild Pokemon can call a friend in. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. That's the only way to get a couple Pokemon.
Oh, is to have them be summoned by their buddies.
Yeah. It was interesting. It's calling its friends, and we cut to Group B, who are also confronted, and they're not even gonna fight. They're just gonna
They're
run.
just gonna run. Yeah.
They don't even bother. Yeah. Both groups are being chased by a bunch of Ursaring. They find each other.
Hooray, we're reunited.
The only other way to go is across a rickety rope bridge.
I swear, there's just
Always a bridge.
Pokemon has like created their own reoccurring tropes. Like they show, like even beyond Pokemon the game, to where like what is going on in that writer's room? I mean, I don't even know if there is a writer's room. These are actually probably single staff doing this. And there's like an editor who then is like, not enough rope bridges that episode.
I think it's Big Bridge. I think it's a conspiracy.
Oh, it's all about funding bridges.
Yeah.
Okay, but
yeah.
if Big Bridge was funding this, like
Yeah,
wouldn't they
he-
make
okay,
the
no, no, no,
bridges
no, no.
better? This must be the enemy. Who's the enemy of Big Bridge?
Yeah, this is someone who hates bridges, funding them to give bridges a bad name.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. We cracked the case, people.
Yeah. What's the opposite of a bridge? Like a gondola? This is big
Boat.
gondola.
A ferry.
Big ferry? Yeah.
A ferry will take you across the water. Anyway,
You cracked it, Kellan.
we did it. We're incredible detectives. So yeah, the only way to go across this bridge. They got no other choice though. We got to go. The Ursaring. They're running across the bridge. It's falling apart as they run. The Ursaring catch up, slash the ropes. Uh-oh. And they're all holding on
Rope
for
bridge
dear life.
falls, but they're all clinging onto Ash. So it's like falling against like one side, basically.
Mhm.
Brock, good detective, we'll use our Pokemon to help. That's usually the right way. So we get 3 grass Pokemon up at the top. We're going to have Bulbasaur, Chikorita. James is contributing Victory Bell. It eats James on the way up somehow. And
Yeah.
then still flips up to the top.
I thought that was cool though.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
way
it
it
was
flips itself
something.
up.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was pretty neat.
And then we also get Onyx, Arbok up there. A Psyduck pops up out on his
Yep.
own
Yep.
on like Misty's head.
Yeah. Just chilling. God, I love Psyduck.
Oh yeah, he's the best.
So yeah, the grass types use Vine Whip to try to help pull the bridge up. Onyx and Arbok grab the ropes to pull, and they're pulling. It's almost there, but the ropes snap, sending them all falling to the
no.
doom. They all die, and then the only Pokemon that are left are the grass types and Arbok and Onyx, and they all go on their own adventure.
And they split off for years, but then they're reunited 5 years later when they get a letter in the mail. They all get the same letter. They're reading Ash's will. It was found all this time later. This wasn't an accident. It was a murder.
Oh no! Oh god! Is this the setup for your next novel?
I guess it could be. I don't know. Are they all murder mysteries? I don't even really like murder mysteries that much, but I guess they're fun.
You wrote one.
I know they're fun. They're fun to write. Yeah. No, I like them actually. I don't know why I said that, but I'm not like obsessed. Anyways, that's not what happened, Kellan. They're alive.
Yeah, they're falling, but all the Pokemon jump into action to grab them with their vines and their tails.
Yeah, Pokemon all grab
pull
the
everybody
people,
up.
do a big super pull, gets them up. And I kind of like the animation here, just like it's fluid, and then immediately Team Rocket and the gang are all celebrating and dancing. It was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. All the Pokemon are shaking their vines and tails. I thought that was
yeah,
cute.
exactly.
Like a job well done.
And during this celebration, Jessie goes through this like shift. She's like, "Oh, the Ursaring are gone. Team Rocket's back together. We want Pikachu!" And boom,
Truce is over.
Both sides, yeah, the war's on.
Yeah, both sides separate. Misty's like, "You're on the wrong side." Psyduck's like, "Oh shit."
Psyduck being on the wrong side, that was good.
Slowly runs over to the right side. Ah,
that was genius. Yeah.
So Arbok lunges. Onyx tackles it hard. Togepi starts waggling her fingers.
Ooh, what's Togepi doing?
Victreebel and Chikorita Razor Leaf. Blah blah blah. Meowth jumps in with a Fury Swipes, but Pikachu Thunder Shocks him. And then Togepi's Metronome finishes. Boom, boom, boom seems to earthquake.
Yeah, I think that was an earthquake.
One of the most powerful moves in the game. Blows up Team Rocket, they go blasting off again.
Misty's like, was that Psyduck? No, so Togepi? And
Togepi.
Brock and Ash don't even care. They're like, where'd the Ursaring attack? Let's move on. And Ash sees a sign. This is the Ursaring mating season, and this is their breeding ground. They were just involved in a big Ursa orgy, and you do not want to be there, folks.
And they just found the Ursaring brothel. It's
real
rough time.
They should have found the bowl in the middle of the forest where all the Ursaring put their watches. That's what they should have stolen.
So yeah, all these Ursaring have just been horny as fuck. That's why they were all angry. They're all pent up.
Yeah, they're all pent up.
Needing to make some teddy Ursa. And then we go to Team Rocket one last time. They have a hard landing somewhere. We get like an emotional conversation. Jessie realized she's unhappy because of these two. And the other two are like, yeah, we know we've been unhappy because of you. Fucking got them. And then the Ursaring pop out. Rah, 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 rah. There's a bunch of them. Here we go again. And that's the episode.
And that is the episode. Okay, so Literary Hour got a nice trope here, tvtropes.com. It's called Mating Season Mayhem. Did you know that this is a cliche, Kellan, for where
I believe it.
Animals are just going so nuts that it is causing a serious conflict for a bunch of people? And, this has real life inspiration, obviously. In Canada, here we got deer, elk, moose, and caribou who all go through this period where the males fight each other a lot, right? Like, I know they say that about moose, is that moose kind of leave people alone in general, except in mating season when they're actually quite dangerous because they'll even target a human during then if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Elephants can go through something like this too. So, I mean, elephant and moose are both very, very dangerous. And somebody's probably laughing. They're probably like, elephant I get, but a moose? Moose can be pretty dangerous. They're fucking huge. Yeah, they're little like tanks, man. They're huge.
You might think of a moose as like the size of a deer or something. No, it's like 3 times the size. Those things are massive.
They are very big.
Hefty.
Yeah, they're
very big.
I saw a moose on my way to school once. Did you know that?
I almost hit a moose last year on my way home in the dark.
No, I saw a moose while I was walking to school, and it was walking
but mine was more dangerous
me in the city.
But mine, I almost hit it.
Yours is way more dangerous, and I'm more worried for you. But
at least I think it was a moose.
But
it may
mine
have been a
is
horse.
funnier.
I don't know if it was a horse. Anyway.
Okay, so for a book, I'm gonna pull out the Stormlight Archive series by Brandon Sanderson. That's started by The Way of Kings. People like that series. So there's a race of people who are like crustacean based, and I actually didn't know this part. I've only read a bit of the first one. They can change between different forms, and their forms are suited to like different tasks. And they have like a distinct form that they go into that is like just sex focused, and they're like super aggressive during it. So they actually have like a transformed state that is like a mating season.
I'm disappointed. I was hoping there was some random Berenstain Bear book about this. But, oh
The
well.
Berenstain Bears go in a heat, and just the bears in whatever their land is called again. They're just like, oh, it's dangerous. It's terrible, Kellan.
Bear country.
Yeah, bear country.
Bear country. Yeah, and they start just like ripping heads off of people that stumble across them. It was a weird one. I got recalled for a reason.
There was an animated version that was only played once in 1979.
Sounds like a good creepypasta setup.
The Carter administration hid it away. People are waiting now that Jimmy Carter is quite old to see if he has some remnants, but he won't answer it. Reporters everywhere have been harassing him.
All right, let's rate this one.
Okay.
And finish up.
Okay, 4-part time. Let's hit it. I explained it already. I won't
Please.
explain it again. Let's get
Please
some
give me-
categories.
Please give me whatever will constitute a 10. Please, please,
For
please. No,
bear
it's the jelly
fucking-
donut effect.
Okay, so this is
No, I want
about
it for the bridge.
Translation. Oh, you want it for bridge? The
Yeah.
bridgening. Oh,
The
okay.
only
I mean,
difference
the rock,
is
paper, scissors thing. like
Rock,
you
paper,
said.
scissors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, not much.
That's low.
Yep.
Eh,
It's more than some of them, these latest episodes. A lot of ones these times are...
yeah, they don't have as fun of
Not much,
translation
no.
things. I think the Ursa ring, I think the name, you were talking about how it's like a kind of a convoluted pun. I mean, so is Ursa ring with it being like Ursa, a bear in Latin.
Yeah.
So that's not a change necessarily. It's actually a good adaptation. I'm only going a 1. This is weak as shit, Kellan.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm there's at least like one weird thing that got changed, so I'm gonna go 3.
Okay.
So that's 2 for that. Final category of the day will be the flavor of the featured Pokemon if it were cooked.
Okay, so I've never had bear. Have you?
Me? No, I have
I've
not.
heard it's very gamey. I've heard it
I believe
can be
that.
good, but you apparently need to do a lot of effort to treat it right away. There
Apparently.
there aren't many places in the world that commonly eat bear. I know one of the places you can get bear meat is Hokkaido in Japan. And there are some recipes to use it. I've also heard the bear meat is canned, which is kind of sketchy. And I only really learned this from Shokugeki no Soma, aka Food Wars, where there is an arc about cooking bear meat.
And then their clothes
I
fly
think
off.
it could be good in sort of like an alternate universe kind of way where we did eat bears, so there was more of a cuisine around it. But
Yeah.
like if I was just given a slab of bear meat, I wouldn't know how to deal, man.
Yeah, no, it'd be a little weird.
So
but I don't think it would be necessarily bad.
right. It's good, and especially in like a survival situation, it's probably like incredible. It's probably like not
Yeah.
bad for you.
Think of all the meat on that thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go 7.4.
Oh, I don't really want to eat it though, so I'm going a 4.5.
Well, I don't necessarily want to eat it, but I think it would taste fine. So
I think it wouldn't taste that good. I think it would taste okay, but I think it would be really acquired, and it would take a lot of work.
yeah. So that's a 5.95 for that for feature Pokemon flavor. Overall, 3.975 for Forest Grumps.
Okay, a little low because
Well,
that episode
little
was
low.
a blast, and it had a lot
was
of
very fun.
blasts in it.
And that is that's it for this week.
Well, big announcement, I think, Kellan. You'll tell me, but what are we doing next week? I think it's a big one.
Ooh, yeah, we got it. We got a big one here. We're not doing an episode. We're not doing 2 episodes or 3 episodes. We're doing Pokemon 3, the movie, Spell of the Unknown, Entei.
Is that the full title?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Pokemon 3 ever. Three's Company. Entei and the Unknowns.
Or in Japanese, Emperor of the Crystal Tower, Entei.
Oh god, that's almost as good as Lugia's explosive birth.
That's a good one. So yes, join us for the third movie next week. We're already at movie number 3. This is here because this is where it aired in Japanese rotation, right after Forest Grumps.
Oh,
This
okay.
is where it released. From what I can tell, there don't seem to be any like continuity issues with that or anything. So
I mean, it is a Johto movie, right? And
Yep.
if I think about the unknowns, that would be still early. We would be past them a little bit, but not that
yeah,
far.
you can find them right after Violet City,
Right after Violet
already.
City, yeah.
Ruins of Elf.
And Entei
Yeah.
is roaming, but I mean they don't
Yeah.
pop into the picture till you get to that tower,
Equity.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, join us for the movie. For those of you who like to send in questions, hopefully you're listening to this early on when it drops on Monday, because we're gonna be doing some like bulk recording and stuff for scheduling reasons, blah blah blah. So if you have
Send
any
them early.
questions,
Yeah.
yeah, send them early. Any questions for the movie or anything else from Johto the last couple episodes? Because we don't exactly know when we'll be doing those, recording them, but I will try to let you know on
On
Twitter
Twitter,
at To Kill A Delibird
yeah, so there you
when
go.
we are
We got the
recording.
Twitter, To Kill A Delibird. You can also reach us by email at tokilladelibird@gmail.com. Intro and outro music is 80 Synthwave by Alexi Action. You can find us on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/HydraLeech. And then audio versions of the podcast are wherever you find podcasts. And of course, please, hype us up on those platforms when you can. Kellan does TikTok. HydraLeeches is the channel. What are you doing on TikTok these days?
Ranking sprites.
Ranking sprites
doing
still, right? You
some
didn't
top
succumb to
5
the
stuff.
haters. Love it, love it.
No.
And then does a Twitch channel, but it's been pretty busy, so not a lot of twitching. But HydraLeech
I
is
Twitch
the
today.
Twitch channel. Oh, Twitch today, so we're twitching.
Yes. Yeah. So join me for balloons. A lot of balloons action over there. And try to do some other stuff too. So
All right.
come hang out. It's
Wow, I
fun.
think that's it, right, Kellan?
Hot take: streaming is more fun when you have people to talk to.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I could see that.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that's it. It's been a long one, so I'm tired. And I want to go. I don't have a joke for the ending, so.
Can you give us one last
Bye.
Ursa Ring scream?
Rah, 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 rah.